with a new DIY for you today. Today we're going to use our tumbling tower blocks again. For the ones new to our channel, welcome. Janny and I use these tumbling tower blocks just for every DIY. Maybe as today, not in a main role, but we're going to support our DIY with these things here. We buy this package at an online web shop which sells party supplies, and I believe for €5 or something. Oh no, sorry, 3 or 4 euros. You get 45 pieces, and they're this big. 5 centimeters long, 1 centimeter thick, and 2.5 centimeters wide. And they're perfect to build with. In the past we had bigger blocks. Fortunately they aren't available anymore here, but they were slightly bigger, and then you got 60 pieces for just €3. That was cheap, but it was not so good when you need to build organic shapes. So we switched to these, a really good alternative. And the other ones were, I just talked about, came from Action. And Action is a shop here, but similar to Dollar Tree in the United States. As for example, this crafting mat is from Action. I also have my wood glue from Action. Jenny and I buy this brand every time. Batex. Don't know if you're familiar with this one, but we bought it because it was super cheap and really adhesive and waterproof. Jenny and I are really enthusiastic about this one and also about Action. Now I also have another item which we're going to use, and this one is a really old one. I even got the price tag attached to it. It is this wooden heart. As you can see, it's a really thick, nice heart with some soft edges. And it comes from, I don't know if you can read the tag. It says xenos, which I believe is a Greek word for, I have no idea anymore what it meant. Anyway, it's a shop here in the Netherlands, and I believe they also have stores in Belgium, Germany, and maybe France, with home decorations. You can get kitchen supplies, mirrors, really small furniture items, and yeah, it's a Dutch brand. I see it now. And I had this in my storage room for such a long time, and I didn't know what to do with it until I found some inspiration on Pinterest. When I was looking for 4th of July themed DIYs, and I needed something for the summer season, and I saw a heart, and I thought this is going to be it. So what I want to do with you today, use this heart. I'm going to remove also the price tag, but also the rope that's hanging around here, and I'm going to make a razor or maybe a foot where you can put it on, made out of tumbling tower blocks. So not in the main roll today, these tumbling tower blocks. I need a scissors for this. So we put this one up high and put several blocks here underneath, of course bigger than these. And we're going to make some summer arrangement upon this heart here. And therefore I also have something here out of the screen here. Wooden figurines, just from Action, by the way. And then they give it a really nice price tag. Hold on, sorry, I'm back. I had to sneeze. What I wanted to say is that they just give it a fancy price tag, but this one is just from Action. Some wooden figurines. I have hearts, but I also have, and there I was looking for flowers. I think this is going to be nice looking up here. And I also maybe have some wooden letters where I can decorate with. And I want to give it a really nice color for the spring or summer season, actually. Maybe some wooden letters. Have to look in my stash for it because I don't know which kind of, how do you call it? Size I want the letters to have. And I have 2 sizes, so I have to look for that later. But everything you see comes from Action, except then for the bricks, blocks. The rest, the paint, maybe it's from Construction Market, but, and this one is from Xenos. I think I told enough. Let's just start with assembling the foot for this one. Okay, let's put this one over here because I wanted to take a look. How long does or high does the foot need to be? I think 2 or 3 wide. Yeah, I think I'm going for 3 is what we need. And now I need the length as well. Maybe 4. I think 3 is too short. Let me just first assemble the whole foot. No, I definitely need 4 because when you glue it down, yeah, or shall I do 3? I always have to see this before I start gluing it, so excuse me if it's taking a little bit longer. Of course, you need to glue it down. I think 4 is nicer. And then we also, I also want to have it 2 bricks thick. So let's arrange some more of these bricks here. And the first thing I want to do is start gluing. And I have my own way of doing that, which is the next. You just leave one laying down flat in the whole row, and then you start rotating these. And keep your glue at the ready, because I'm going to do some gluing up next. I think this is okay. Okay, just uncap it, and I hope that the nozzle isn't stuck. Nope, it's not. And then I just start gluing down these bricks. Just going to, oops, forgot that one. Skip, move over to the next. Yeah, this one. Oops, that was almost went wrong. That one needed to be glued. These ones, just keep continuing until you have had every single one except for the first one in the row. There, this should be it. Now you can leave your glue to dry just a couple of minutes. I won't be doing that today because it's warm enough here. Upon the attic, the sun started to shine. I have really something with my tongue today. So I'm just going to flip them over and carefully laying them down. Do not push too hard yet. Where was I? Oh yeah, the sun was shining. It started pretty cold today, but now we have nice weather. There we go. And I also recommend you to grab 2 spare blocks where you can just put every block together. Just like so. Here. Okay. Now, grab 2 spare blocks, and then first I'm going to push them down these ways, and you might see some glue popping through. You can wipe it away with a damp cloth or with your fingernail or with a piece of paper. That is totally up to you. And now I'm going to outline everything by doing this. Just pressing them all towards each other so we get some nice straight lining. Then I leave this to dry for a couple of minutes. I'm going to put them on top so I get one big piece of 2 layers thick and 4 columns. Maybe I'm just going to start gluing anyway, because I think today the glue dries up pretty quickly. This should do. Only do this on one row, because we're going to put the other ones on top. And I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, I can really pick it up already. It's certainly warm enough today to do this. Just test it, it doesn't always have to happen. Oops. And then I'm going to grab my spare blocks again because I want to outline everything. The top and the bottom section, and also the sides. Maybe I should just put them upwards like that. There we go. Nice. Okay, now I'll leave this to dry. When this is dry, I'm going to apply them together as one big piece. I'll see you soon, I guess. The pillar where the heart will be standing on is glued together. I also need to make the base platform where this, here, that part where the foot has been standing on. So I thought 6 blocks, 2 rows of 3 would do. I'm going to attach them together now. First the rows and then the columns. And then we let that dry as well. I think I'm doing it the quick way today because the glue is drying so fast. I'm going to glue this one together like that. There we go. There. Now you see some glue peeping through here. I suggest removing it with your finger. The most part will be removed then. And again, let this dry really well before you start applying. The column here is ready, and I'm going to apply it just like this. So therefore, I'm going to apply a lot of glue here upon the bottom part, because this connection got to be strong. Just to fight it a little bit, like so. And then I'm going to apply it. I want to see if it is together in the ways I had it in mind. It stands down perfectly. Just like that. I think that will do. Maybe I want to move it a little bit more backwards, but I think I'm leaving it this way. Yeah, I think I'll do. Let's use the price tag from the heart to scrape carefully off the excess glue. There. That was an easy trick. Okay, now we let this dry. I have a brush here and it's time for a paint job. I'm going to paint this fella here into a black color. And therefore I'll be using, yeah, I opened up the lid by the way, this blackboard paint from Action as well. And Jenny and I like to use this paint because it's cheap. This can was €6. It's really thick paint and the coverage is superb. So we don't write upon our DIYs, we just use the, I would say the glue, the paint, because we think the quality is superb. I think I start off with the bottom. Sometimes it might be a little bit thick on the top layer, but then you've got to give it a real good shake and then it really sets off. There, you can see the color and the coverage are very nice. Okay, I'm going to paint the whole thing and I'm going to speed up the whole process for you. To give the heart a paint job, and I also have this one here at the ready, but I'll leave it standing there until the heart is dry and also completely decorated. First, let's grab ourselves a new brush, a clean one, and I also have just a can of white paint from the construction market here. Let's open it up. Is it still in good condition? Let's give it a quick stir. Oh yeah. This is good. Sometimes you get some really smooth, silky, in this case it gets a little bit pink substance on the top section of the jar, but not today. Okay, let's grab it and paint it. It doesn't need a base layer or anything. This is just normal plain wood, and this is just ordinary wall paint, the cheapest can we can get, but the coverage is really nice. Okay, I'm going to apply the heart upon this thing here, and I think the best idea is just to put some glue here at the back. I think that's the best way to apply. So I'm going to pour down some glue here. How wide does it need to be? This is okay. And then I hope for the best that it stays in place. I think it will do. I use some coasters to, because here is a little thing on the back that the heart doesn't, you know, crack like this. Okay, there we go. A little bit more downwards. This should do the trick. And now the heart can rest upon here. I'm going to leave this to dry for a long time because I think that's just a little bit more down. I think that's the best I can do for now. Let's have a little bit more down as well, just to make sure that there is enough support behind the heart. This will dry for I think a couple of hours. And after that, or maybe in the meantime, I'm going to style the heart with some extra things and wash my hands because there's paint everywhere. Okay, the thing is here is almost dry. I just tested it and it can stand up straight. And I'm still leaving it to dry because I noticed that not every part of the glue is dry yet. So just to be sure, just be careful, just leave it right here. But it worked out as I had it in mind. The last thing that I want to do is add some details, and therefore I'm going to use those flowers that I showed you in the beginning. I had two variations, one with a hole inside and one massive like this, and I decided that I wanted to use these ones. So I'm going to divide those. And I also found some Scrabble letters where we can write summer. Here. I'm going to apply them like this, and I want a flower here, here, and the other one there. Just going to apply them with some glue, and if you want, you can paint them, but I think I'll leave it this way because I like it really, really much. Or I'm going to apply BUX. I don't know yet, I'm not sure. Well, let the summer begin. However, the sun started going away just now. Anyway, the things to the heart have been applied together. And I hope you enjoyed this DIY. You can put it really everywhere in your home. Just up to you. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you had fun. At least we had. And wish you a really nice day. Bye everyone!